I need to hear what the boss music is, bro.
Today we're doing something different, boys and girls.
Let's dial it back, Joey. Yeah, you're probably right. TARISLAND is a new MMO RPG video game, and if it's an RPG video game, then you got my interest right off the bat. However, I don't care how good your game is. I don't care what your game is. I don't care if your game could give me superpowers. If the music for your game isn't fire, my hype for it will expire. No more rhyming, Joey. All right. So, TARISLAND is a little bit more confident than I was expecting. For the music for this game, they called in the big guns. They called in Russell Brower, who is responsible for making the music for a game. I don't know if you ever heard of it before. It's called World of Warcraft. So what I'm gonna do is something a little bit different than the norm. I'm gonna check out the behind the scenes look of the music for this game. And then we can talk a little bit about TARISLAND afterwards, but that's what we're gonna do in this one. If you didn't know, my name is Joey Nato. I'm actually a rapper, music producer, and a YouTuber, also a Twitch streamer, but we're not gonna show you any clips just yet. Shouts to all these beautiful people over on Patreon, supporting the channel, getting uncut reactions over there. And without further ado, let's see what TARISLAND has to offer. Lucky squad, never give up. Let's get into it. I think what's cool about here is I haven't heard any music at all. I've seen a little bit of gameplay for TARISLAND, you know, because word's been getting out about the game a little bit, but I know I'm gonna be playing it on our Twitch streams. I know the game has a core feature of raid progression, which I'm not that great at, but I'm willing to take on the challenge. I know TARISLAND has up to 9 different classes that you can choose from, and each class with 2 specializations to choose from. Maybe I make the wrong choice at the beginning every time I play one of these games. I don't know. I came up on Pac-Man, and everybody when you play these games are like, what's your build? What's your build? Is your build any good? I don't know, but I know you could create your own unique build in this game too. It doesn't cost anything to adjust your build in this game either, so what I'm looking forward to the most is just exploring the vast world. I like open world, okay? I like space. There's a reason why I was never able to work in a fast food restaurant. It's too confined. I needed it to be big! And TARISLAND is big. We like big. And last but not least, Russell Brower, of course, did the music for it. So that's pretty much it. So let's see what we got.
I'm Russell Brower, and I'm a composer working on TARISLAND for 10 cents. I am very happy to be.
Yeah, his asking price. I gotta hire this guy. If he's only doing work for 10 cents, then hey, this is this guy. This is your guy. Okay, Legends. Whoever said Legends were expensive.
Composer working on TARISLAND for 10 cents. I am very happy to be here at the final evening of our recording session here.
That's so cool that they bring the whole orchestra in.
I think the first step is always decide exactly what story you want to tell, where it's going to go in the game, physically, in which zone, and
ooh.
You don't want to overplay your hand. You don't want to always have gigantic 50 strings and 6 horns and everything playing at once, nor do you want the opposite all the time.
You know what's interesting, bro? There's like a lot of video games I've noticed that like kind of go with the very more, well, what he's saying, I mean, I personally think I only hear those type of climactic pieces of music during a video game, during like boss fights. Like that's when it's like the most hyped, and that's when the most, you know, instruments all come together on the song or whatever. It's supposed to sound big, it's supposed to sound full, you know what I mean? To hype you up. But a lot of times in these games when you're roaming around and stuff, it's usually pretty, you know, minimal sounds for the most part. So I think that's what he's alluding to there. The boss fight music won't hit as hard if you have all these different elements playing all the time in every song.
6 horns and everything playing at once, nor do you want the opposite all the time. You always want this ebbing and flowing so that the music remains dynamic. It doesn't just become wallpaper, and that you
I think we're playing oboes there. Harp.
I think one of the most fun moments I had.
Harp is perfect for fantasy elements.
I felt the Misty Forest was about. Now this is an area where
I like it. I like it. Like the blue atmosphere.
Very closely tied with nature. The first thing I decided I wanted to do right off the bat was use a predominantly female-voiced choir.
Oh, I was gonna say, bro, I heard the brass and then the choir came in there. Oh, this is so cool to see the actual choir recording in the studio. You hear those high alto singers there.
Was use a predominantly female-voiced choir.
Up to soprano, I'm sorry.
A small group of kind of angelic voices singing just a simple
little glockenspiel playing, that little bell sound.
Sound.
Ooh, but it's strings. It's strings playing right along with those choirs there. That's so cool. It was so cool to just see that.
Silverlit and Silverlit Bleak are the only two zones where I've intentionally used the melody to bridge.
Ooh, trombones.
Zones. I'm writing themes for each of these zones.
And a lot of times, so you see this this maestro here, conductor, maestro, whatever.
Use the melody
Whatever.
to bridge.
So whenever this is, you know, I know this from playing in a band, the smaller his movements are, the more he basically tells you how to play your instrument. It says it on your sheet music, but the idea is you're supposed to know your music well enough where you don't really have to keep your eyes glued to the sheet. So if he's trying to conduct you to tell you what your dynamic should be. So if he's going like this, then you play soft. If he goes like this, you play very soft. If he's going like this, that means you better belt the fuck out of that instrument, boy.
Both zones. I'm writing themes for each of these zones. I want them to all feel like they're
It looks like Universal. Looks a lot like Universal.
The
game looks pretty cool. At least the atmosphere of it.
I went for a
What's it called? Oh,
traditional
I almost knocked over my coffee.
area.
And cash.
I went for a traditional, slightly Asian melody, but I also infused it with some Western chord changes and turns so that melody that works both.
Oh, that's
played
beautiful sounding though.
alone on a lonely English horn sound, then as you flow through the area is enjoined by the strings and everything.
Oh, I love that. So you feel welcomed when you go to these areas with, you know, kind of whatever the tone is that he wants. But then as you go in deeper, it brings in more of the elements in. So remember when I said, you know, you don't want all the elements of the music playing or all the instruments playing all together during every place you go to, otherwise it won't be impactful during the boss fights. He's doing more of a progressive, like almost telling a story with the music as you progress through an area. That's beautiful.
And then it takes you, it lifts you off your feet and takes you somewhere.
Man, it's a really good looking game. I want to see her swing whatever that thing is on her back. All right, well,
This
see
has been
ya.
a terrific project, very inspiring, and I can't wait for the future players of TARISLAND to experience all this. I
See
wanna
the
thank
hard work pay
Tim,
off.
The wonderful game development team I've been working with. We really hope you like it.
Oh,
All
10
of it.
cents. Okay. Ooh. I need to hear what the boss music is, bro. The arpeggiating strings there. The brass. Mans knows what he's doing. Okay, all right, that was pretty lit. I got some information about TARISLAND too, because I'm gonna be trying it. I'm gonna be playing it just to, you know, see how it goes. Like I mentioned, I do stream over on my Twitch, so I'm gonna be definitely gonna be playing the game when it rolls out. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one. Nada.